99% of people, if you date long enough, you are going to get into a relationship with somebody that is all wrong for you. And even worse than that, you are going to make up excuse after excuse after excuse about why you are still in this relationship. Excuses about why you won't just walk away. Excuses about how you're explaining away the ridiculousness that the other person is doing to you. I'm going to call it the rite of passage. It almost happens to everyone. Just date long enough. It's sort of like this. I'm going to give you an example. You're young. You go out and buy your first or second car. You call yourself getting an exotic foreign car. But you got Burger King money. So some kind of way, you get the car financed. But here's the trick about buying cars. If you cannot afford to maintain a car, you cannot afford that car. So you roll off the lot in your, let's say, used Range Rover. And the guy told you before you purchased it, make sure you get the extended warranty service on, let's say, the engine chain and engine and transmission. But you struck it off because you can barely afford to pay for the car. You ain't got an idea how you gonna pay for the insurance. And you talking about add something else on there? Nah, I'll just take it. Now, everybody else can clearly see that this is a bad idea, that this is not gonna turn out good. Even the person that sold you the car, that was telling you, you need to get that insurance on that engine and that transmission. He warned you because he kind of felt bad, but he didn't feel bad enough to not get that commission. Nah, he didn't feel that bad. Oh, he gonna make that money off you. Because if you silly enough to come in there and do this, oh, he got kids to send to school. He want to go out and get a bite to eat. He got bills to pay. So it ain't his job to make smart decisions for you. But the whole point of the story is the whole world can see that was a bad idea. Now let's say go back to relationship. You dating somebody. This thing that got so ugly that when y'all go out and y'all get around your friends, you got both fingers crossed. Please, Lord, don't let this fool do nothing to embarrass me. But everybody knows it's going to happen. Everybody else looking at this situation, no. You get ready to get clowned. Your partner about to say something real ugly to you, and you probably about to get in an argument match. But in your mind, you just keep making up excuses about why your partner don't know how to act. That's what you're doing. You justifying their behavior. But I'm here to help you. Just imagine to yourself if you weren't in that ugly relationship and somebody else was telling you all the dreadful things that was happening to them. You could clearly see at that point that your friend would need to get the hell out of that situation. I'm going to say it again. If you're in one of them horrible situations, just imagine it was anybody else, not you, and they were telling you the story. Then you'd be able to clearly see, oh, not a good idea. Now we're going to go back to the car. You got the car 2 whole months. You agreed to finance this thing for 4 years. Something get the click and the clap. Mechanics say, you know the engine about to go. But you ain't in a situation now to even get rid of this. You ain't even got the money to get the insurance. So now you feeling stuck. you were stuck when you first got in this ridiculous situation. Because just like in relationships, people tell you things like this. I'm going back to the one where you dating that person where you got both fingers crossed. They told you when you first met them, that's crazy. And they gave you an example about how they did some crazy stuff to somebody else. But you thought, nah, they won't do that to me. Well, I'm smoother than that. And Lord, if they told you anything about how they had a dysfunctional childhood, about how their parents didn't love them, about how they was fighting with everybody in their family, I'm back to helping you. That's when you get out, before you get in these ridiculous things. But the real problem is this. After you get in these situations, after you've been in them for a while, some of us don't want to feel like we made a mistake. I'm here to help you with that. I've made a whole lot of mistakes. And one thing you learn about mistakes is the next time you make a mistake, all you got to say is, oh, well, got that wrong. Again, and move the hell on. I'm trying to help you. If you're in one of them relationships and you know the rest of the world can see, well, that boy's stuck in some garbage, or that girl in a hell show. If you're in one of them situations and you feel like you want to tough it out, stop toughing it out. Everybody else in the world has been where you at. Everybody else done made that mistake. Everybody else done dated somebody to where they've been making up a ton of excuses why they won't get the hell out of this ridiculousness. Sometimes you just got to say, you know, I got this one wrong, and get the hell out of there. Just like that car. Because you know, if you can't afford the maintenance, it is going to break. Because that's what cars do. And you are going to be stuck with a car note on a car that you can't even get fixed, that you still got to pay auto insurance for. You are going to be stuck with some junk. So if you that person, and we're going to call it the rite of passage, and you've been dating somebody for a long time, and you find yourself frequently making up excuses about why they do not know how to act, just stop it. Stop making up excuses. Like I said, I'd have made a whole lot of mistakes in life. And the one thing about making mistakes is when you make another mistake, just admit it to yourself. I screwed up this time. That's the first thing you need to tell yourself. You made a mistake with that. Then get the hell out of there. So if you're in one of them horrible relationships, stop making up excuses for why your partner don't know how to act. Just say, okay, they don't know how to act. But what they're not going to do is not know how to act in my life. And when you eventually get out that horrible relationship, you owe it to yourself to take a vacation from dating. You owe it to yourself to have a woosah moment so that you know there will be no foolery because you ain't doing nothing. You owe it to yourself to take a break after you get out one of those hellish relationships to where you were continually making up excuses about how somebody else didn't know how to act. Save yourself. Stop making up excuses. Get the hell out of that foolery. Look here, y'all. My name is Daryl. Daryl Moore. Check out my book, Payback. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace, love, happiness. I'm out.